I'm making this particular video on 2nd May 2025, and as of now there are 107 national parks in India, or parks in India rather. Out of these 107 national park, which is the most important national park? Plus we'll talk about some other important national park, wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserve, very important from UPSC pre-2025 perspective. And why? Because we know IAS and IFS, foreign like service and forest service rather, they have the same right? Same prelims. And because Indian Administrative Service and Indian Forest Service, they have the same so the number of questions which comes from environment is relatively high. Oh my God, is relatively high. Around 15 to 20 minimum questions comes from environment. And that's why it becomes important to revise these things. That is National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, Biosphere Reserves, Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary was in news. So Simlipal National Park was in news. So today we'll talk about the most important national park. I will give you some hints. We'll play a game. I will give you some hints, and via those hints you have to deduce which particular national park I am talking about here. So first hint is, I have already covered this particular national park in current affairs, but the news are coming so thick and fast that every 15-20 days I feel like covering this national park again. It remains in news some way or the other in Hindu or Indian Express. So first hint is current affairs. Second hint is PYQs. UPSC has already asked not one but multiple PYQs on this particular national park. Again, if you have got this particular answer up until now, you can post it in the comment section. You can also post, I will give you more hints, after which particular hint you are able to deduce this particular national park. This is hint number 3. This is the biggest hint for you. And after this hint, most of you will be able to deduce it. If you are able to deduce it after hint 3, post in the comment section that I was able to deduce the national park after hint 3. Like, the more you play these games, the more you'll be able to remember these national parks. So the biggest hint is, there was one time when Gir lions, they were dying of canine distemper virus, if I'm not wrong. And there were talks going on that we have to translocate these Gir lions to a national park in Madhya Pradesh. Otherwise, what will happen? Let's say because Gir lions are there in, only Gujarat. If they all die there will be no gene pool. We have to preserve those gene pools, those precious gene pools. So we wanted to do that, and we wanted to translocate these Gir lions to that particular national park. Hope you have got it, because this is the biggest hint of all. And if you have guessed it, you can post it in the comment section that I have guessed it after 3 hints. And this is the 4th hint, and this is the last hint, talking about the features. As we have just discussed, this particular national park is in Madhya Pradesh. And it is located within the Vindhya mountain range. Sometimes they will tell you that it is located within the Satpura or Aravali. No, it is located within the Vindhya mountain range. And you can see the area, you don't have to remember the exact area. Just remember the rough figure. What is the rough figure which this particular national park comprises of? And it was initially a wildlife sanctuary. In 2018, it was upgraded to national park. Even before 2018, UPSC asked a question on it, but at that time they write, instead of national park, they write wildlife sanctuary. So they have already asked 2 questions which I have seen, even more than that if we go back further. Etymology, the park derives its name from a particular river which is a tributary of Chambal river. So hope by this hint 4 you have got the answer. Which particular river we are talking about? And again, this image is also giving away a lot of things. This is the only national park which has been chosen for cheetah, this whole relocation and program which is going on. So I think the answer is but obvious. This river we are talking about is Kuno River, and the national park we are talking about is Kuno Palpur National Park. Every 15-20 days, you may have heard news related to Kuno Palpur National Park. Cheetah relocation is happening. How many cheetahs are dying, cubs are dying, or they are being, relocated to this. 2 months back, I made this particular video. Why is Kuno National Park in news? And believe me, and within these 2 months, multiple news have emerged related to Kuno Palpur National Park. So please, sir and ma'am, do not ignore this Kuno Palpur National Park. Let's see PYQ number 1, which has been asked in UPSC CSAT Prelims 2022 related to Kuno National Park. If you know the answer of this particular question, you can post it in the comment section. What do you think is the answer? Kuno National Park is a part of the Aravali Hill Range. Kuno National Park has been chosen for Asiatic Lion Reintroduction Project. 1 only, 2 only, both, or Neither. So this Asiatic lion reintroduction project did not materialize. Up until now, talks are going on. Many people say politics happened. Many people say that because Gir, Gir forest, Gujarat is known for their Gir lions, and they derive a lot of tourism out of it. If Gir lions are translocated to this Kuno Palpur, then the tourism will be impacted. So that's why this is one theory. PYQ number 2. Related to, at that time I have told you, this is a question asked before 2018 when Kuno Palpur was a wildlife sanctuary. But again, I'm not saying that is the answer. I'm not giving away the answer. You tell what is the answer. Recently, there was a proposal to translocate some of the lions from their natural habitat in Gujarat to which one of the following sites? If you know the answer, please post it. And please, sir and ma'am, do not ignore this. National Park, UPSC has asked multiple questions. They already have, told you that this is important from their perspective. Plus, it is in news every 15-20 days, so please don't ignore it. We'll talk about more National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary in just few moments from now. Now, this is a question. With reference to Kuno National Park, this is not a PYQ, this is an MCQ. You have to solve it. What is the answer? It was originally designated as a national park in 50s. Kuno River, a tributary of Chambal, flows through it. First site in India chosen for reintroduction of African cheetah. So if you know the answer, please post it in the comment section. And I will share the answer of all these 3 questions, 2 PYQs, 1 MCQ in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shub. I will show you the link in just few moments from now. Now, again, there is a question. After which particular hint were you able to deduce that it was Kuno Palpur National Park? You do tell it in the comment section if you were able to deduce it. If you're not able to deduce it, that's totally fine as well. Cheetah reintroduction project, which is going on, and every 20 days we hear some news or the other related to Cheetah reintroduction project. So what is your view about it? Do you think it has been a success or a failure, or somewhere in between it lies? And we have to wait and see how this whole thing pans out. Many cheetah cubs, they have died. Some of them have survived. So what is your view on this Cheetah reintroduction plan? Do you think government should continue with it? Do you think these cheetahs which are brought from Africa, they're not able to acclimatize to our environment, our climate, or something else is going on? Why are they dying? What is your view on this Cheetah reintroduction project and plan rather? Important from both pre as well as mains perspective, right? UPSC has already asked both pre and mains question related to that. Other important National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary and Biosphere Reserve. Fine. This is the most important. And I'm not saying it. The current affairs, the number of current affairs, the amount of current affairs which has been published related to Kuno Palpur National Park, Cheetah reintroduction, that tells you that yes, this is actually very important. Then what are the other important National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary or Biosphere Reserve, right? Because 107th National Park, Simlipal National Park, Corbett National Park, Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. These are some National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary which are very important, Kanha National Park. Questions have been asked on Kanha National Park. So what else? Apart from all these which we have just discussed, what do you think are other important National Park, Biosphere Reserve and Wildlife Sanctuary? Because one question which we have been asked a lot in StudyIQ is, sir, do we have to remember all National Park, all Wildlife Sanctuary, all Biosphere Reserve? The answer is no. You don't have to remember all National Park, all Wildlife Sanctuary, all Biosphere Reserve. You have to remember those which are in news, like Kuno National Park. If you are, not revising this, then this is a sin. Simlipal National Park, you have to revise it. Corbett National Park, always do the revision. Plus those National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary and Biosphere Reserve on which UPSC has already asked PYQs. So do have a look at the PYQs as well. That will give you an idea where else, like what else to focus on apart from what we have discussed just now. Plus, if you have some, again, this is important. If you feel like, because, sharing is caring. So if you feel like there are other important National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary and Biosphere Reserve, post it in the comment section. You will see there will be a repository which will be created once you start sharing your information. And don't feel like, oh my God, if I share my information, then other people will study it. No, it will help you. If people start sharing other important National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, Biosphere Reserve and why they are important, it will help you in revision purpose. So if you know something, some National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, Biosphere Reserve, which is important, please post it in the comment section. I will share the answer of 2 PYQs, 1 MCQ which I asked in this Telegram channel of mine along with this particular PDF as well. Fun study with Shub, because study should be fun. Also, let's say you are not preparing for 2025. You're watching this particular video because you just want to know the pattern, which kind of question comes, which is the most important national park, and you are preparing for 2026. Then our May evening batch, this is Pre-2I Foundation batch. It is starting on 7th May 2025, 6 p.m. You can join it, you can be a part of it, and if you are a serious UPSC 2026 aspirant, don't wait for, there are many people who wait for 2025 pre-result, this and that. Don't. Start at the earliest, because there are so many things, so many dimensions you have to cover, right? Pre, mains 4 paper, GS paper, 2 optional paper, so many things you have to see, essay paper, then Hindi, English, compulsory paper, you can take other vernacular languages as well. So yes, start at the earliest, sir. Streamline your preparation, sir and ma'am, and you can join our May evening batch. And you can use my code SHS Live to get maximum discount. If you clear UPSC pre-2026, you will get full refund. If you are a monthly top performer, you will get 11,000 reward from us. And it includes interview guidance program, because this is P2I, Prelims to Interview program. So that's it from me, sir and ma'am. And I'm looking forward to your views on different questions which I asked, plus there were questions also apart, not only the objective questions, but other questions also which we have discussed. If you feel like there are other national park, wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserve which are equally important as the national park which we have just discussed, I will not reveal it. Okay, we have already revealed it, Kuno. So you can again share it in the comment section. Take care, be blessed. I will see you soon. Tata, bye bye.